Imagine leading the Tour de France with just one stage to go. Imagine feeling the weight of a nation's dreams on your back. And then, in the space of a few merciless minutes, seeing it all slip away. This is not just the story of defeat. It's the story of resilience, heartbreak, and a man who redefined what it means to be a champion. Sometimes, the greatest champions are not the ones who stand on the top step, but the ones who rise after every fall. This is the story of Primož Roglič, the greatest cyclist who never won the Tour de France. Stay with us as we unravel one of the most emotional sagas in modern cycling. Before we dive deeper, if you're passionate about stories that go beyond podiums and into the very soul of sport, help us grow this community. Hit that like button, subscribe, and leave a comment. Your support means everything, especially for small channels like ours. Aitor, our creator, pours his heart into every video, and your engagement truly helps us bring more of these stories to life. Now, back to Primož Roglič. Primož Roglič wasn't born on two wheels. In fact, his first dream was to fly. Growing up in Slovenia, Roglič was a ski jumper, and a good one. In 2007, he even won a junior world championship team event. But fate had other plans. A devastating crash ended his ski jumping ambitions. Where many would have seen a dead end, Primož saw a second beginning. He turned to cycling, a sport he barely knew. Late to the game, underprepared, underestimated. And yet, the mountain roads of Slovenia became his new training ground. By 2016, he was winning Grand Tour stages. By 2019, he was a Vuelta a España champion. The rise was meteoric. But Primož wasn't just chasing victories. Deep down, he was chasing a dream much bigger than trophies, conquering the Tour de France. By 2020, Primož Roglič had become a household name. Riding for Jumbo-Visma, he entered the Tour de France as a top favourite. The lockdowns of COVID-19 had reshuffled the sporting world, but Primož arrived focused, physically sharpened, and mentally indestructible. Stage after stage, he built his advantage: precision, discipline, calm control. By the penultimate stage, Primož wore the coveted maillot jaune, the yellow jersey, with a lead of nearly a minute. All that remained was a time trial up La Planche des Belles Filles. The narrative was almost complete, but fate had other ideas. September 19th, 2020. The entire cycling world watched. Tadej Pogačar, Primož's young compatriot, started the day second in the overall standings. No one expected miracles. And yet, as Pogačar began the ascent, it became clear something extraordinary was happening. Meanwhile, Roglič struggled. His cadence faltered. His rhythm, usually so methodical, unraveled. Helmet askew, eyes desperate, he fought. But the seconds kept bleeding away. By the summit, Pogačar had taken the yellow jersey. Primož Roglič, after 19 days of dominance, had lost the Tour. What followed was one of the most heart-wrenching images in modern sports. Roglič, exhausted, emotionally shattered, embraced Pogačar. No anger, no bitterness, just quiet devastation and grace. The world mourned with him. How could such a champion be left empty-handed? And yet, if you think Primož Roglic's story ends here, you don't understand the heart of a true champion. In the years that followed, Primož didn't fade. He dominated the Vuelta a España, winning it 3 consecutive times: 2019, 2020, and 2021. In 2019, he stamped his authority early by winning the individual time trial in Pau, gaining over a minute on his rivals. His consistency in the mountains, even without flamboyant attacks, was unmatched. And he wore the red jersey from stage 10 all the way to Madrid. In 2020, just weeks after his Tour heartbreak, Roglic showed incredible mental resilience. He won 4 stages, including an emotional uphill sprint in Suances, and held off Richard Carapaz's persistent attacks, defending the red jersey until the final stage in Madrid. In 2021, despite an early crash that many thought would end his chances, Primož came back stronger than ever. He obliterated the final time trial into Santiago de Compostela, winning the stage by over a minute and securing his third straight Vuelta by a margin of more than 4 minutes. A dominant, undeniable champion. But Primož wasn't done. In 2023, he turned his focus to the Giro d'Italia, and what a Giro it was. Facing fierce competition, brutal climbs and a mechanical scare, Roglic played a patient game. On stage 20, the decisive mountain time trial up Monte Lusari, he faced disaster. A dropped chain during the climb. Forced to change bikes mid-effort, many thought his chances were ruined. Instead, Roglic unleashed one of the most heroic rides of his life. Cheered by massive Slovenian crowds, he powered up the brutal slopes, beating Geraint Thomas and seizing the Maglia Rosa, the pink jersey, on the final mountain test. In Rome, when he raised the Giro trophy, the tears were real. At last, after years of heartbreak, Primož Roglic had completed his redemption arc. Each victory was a testament not just to his legs, but to his heart and soul. Still, one crown eluded him, the Tour de France. Each July, the roads of France whispered his name. Each July, cycling fans around the world remembered the man who came so close and cheered for the hero who never gave up. Why does Primož Roglic's story resonate so deeply? Because he embodies something timeless: resilience. In a world obsessed with winning, Primož shows us the beauty of the fight itself. The victories matter, but the courage to rise after heartbreak matters more. Roglic's character, stoic, humble, determined, transcends trophies. To many fans, he is a Tour de France champion, even if the record books don't say so. Some careers are defined by victory, others by the way they touch the human spirit. Primož Roglic has shown that greatness isn't always measured in yellow jerseys. It's measured in how you carry yourself through the storms. In his story, every cyclist who has ever fallen, every dreamer who has ever stumbled, finds hope. Maybe that's why, even today, in the peloton and beyond, Primož commands such deep, abiding respect. He reminds us, sometimes the greatest champions are not those who never fall, but those who rise again and again when the world is watching. If Primož Roglic's journey moved you like it moved us, help us share his story. Leave a comment below. What do you think defines a true champion? Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. It helps us more than you can imagine, especially because, like Primož, we're just getting started. For more inspiring cycling stories, stay tuned. Thanks for riding with us today. See you on the next climb.